Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport. It's me, Joe, and I'm back here after a short break to bring you the video back onto the channel. And the news on Thursday broke coming out of the WSL that Matt Beard has left Liverpool by mutual consent. And Liverpool will now begin a search for a new women's team manager after the departure of Matt Beard. With Liverpool languishing in seventh place in the WSL table. It's an interesting one. It came out of nowhere, really. The news on Thursday. The club are caught on record as saying it was by mutual consent and for footballing reasons after rumours circulating that it might have been due to Beard's conduct. So the news broke on Thursday morning around 11 o'clockish, I want to say. Um, Matt Beard had left his position as Liverpool Women manager by mutual consent after both parties had agreed that it was best for both to move on. And it's an interesting one. I've heard mixed opinions on it personally. I think it was probably the right decision myself. I feel like second spell was 3.5 years, and I feel like it ran its course. They didn't really progress from last season as well. Fourth place finish is very well to get last year as well. They were very early in the campaign last season. They were very startish, very stuttery, very inconsistent, and then second half of the season just went on that mad run and then ended up in fourth place, which was obviously helped by a few of the other sides not performing as well. It's an interesting one. They have appointed Amber Whiteley as interim manager, so she'll take charge of the Crystal Palace game, which is yet to take place at the time of recording of this video. No, I thought I'd give it a couple of days, let the dust settle, see if any names were banded around for the manager's position, and see who it could be. See who could take charge of the club and in the future. I've heard a rumor, so I'm going to start off with the person that I've heard the rumor of, because there's not. You're looking online, loads of possibility of you go on the odds checkers as well. But yeah, let's actually before we go on to the rumors, I'm going to start off with Matt Beard's record. He's had two spells at Liverpool as well, and he has managed Chelsea. But I've only gone back a few years because you're going back to Chelsea in 2009, you're going back some time, so it's a bit like. His first spell in charge of Liverpool, he got 55% win percentage, 1.8%, and won two WSL titles at the club. Obviously, went to West Ham, took him to the FA Cup final, 40% win percentage on a lesser budget. Bristol City, 20% win percentage, not looking great there, 0.9 points per game average. So not the best of records there. And then his second spell at Liverpool, 1.5 points per game, sorry, and a 43% win percentage there for the 37-year-old in his second spell. Second spell seen 83 matches, 36 won, drawn 13 and lost 34. So yeah, not really the best record from Matt Beard there, and I feel like they were stuttering. Yes, they're in the quarterfinals of the Women's FA Cup where they'll face Arsenal in that one. Unfortunately, I hate to sound pessimistic, but I can't see Liverpool winning that one with the form that Arsenal are in. And since appointing Rennie Slegers permanently, they've been absolutely unreal, Arsenal, and scoring goals for fun. But yeah, it's certainly interesting. And there's a rumor that I've heard, and I don't know how true it is, but this is the one I've heard from two people in the world of football. I will not name them. That Nick Cushing could be in the frame for the Liverpool job. That'll be an interesting one. Former Manchester City and New York City manager. He's returned to the UK last year after a spell in the States. He lives in Cheshire, so he's not far away from Liverpool, but a 20-minute drive from his location in Cheshire to Liverpool. So yeah, it wouldn't be a bad option out there. Yeah, he had a good record at Manchester City. He's 40 years of age as well, so he's 7 years younger than Matt Beard, and he won 73% of his matches at Manchester City, with an average of 2.3 points per game. He won the WSL in 2016, the FA Cup in 2017, the League Cups in 2014 and 2016 as well. Got Manager of the Year in 2016. So yeah, he's got a vast knowledge of the game, fairly local, so not far from to travel. He's obviously well versed in footballing rounds. He's done won it trophies, obviously, at Manchester City, so he knows the English game inside out. He's gone to America, won the Champions or Campeones Cup in 2022. His record at New York City isn't as good as the Manchester City one, with only 37% win percentage and 1.4 points per game as his record. But he's the one that apparently is being touted, if you believe what I've heard uh, through the grapevine. So the other ones are names that I've decided to look at, and I thought, yeah, might be good options as well. With the club not really stating much at the moment, and cards being kept closely to the chest. This one's very unlikely to happen, but I thought, let's chuck Jomon Timioro, the former Arsenal manager, into the ring. He's won trophies wherever he's been pretty much. He's at Lyon at the moment. Uh, he's only managed 21 games though at Lyon at the moment. He's a fairly recent appointment. So yeah, he's won the Women's League in Australia in 2016, 2017, WSL with Arsenal in 2019, the League Cup with Arsenal in 2018, was an FA Cup runners-up in 2018 and 2021. Juventus, he won the Serie A title in 22, along with the Coppa Italia that year, and then repeated the Coppa Italia in 2023, and then the Supercoppa d'Italia he won in 2022 and 2024. You're looking at his percentages as well. So yeah, at Melbourne City FC, he's got a 79% win percentage, 2.4 points. Arsenal 77, 2.4 points again. Juventus 70%, 2.3 points. At the moment, he's got a whopping 95% win percentage at Lyon, with 2.9 points per game as an average. So yeah, I don't see it happening with it being a recent appointment, but I thought he could be one to consider if he'd be willing to come back to the WSL and come to Liverpool and work in the restraints that there is at the club, in terms of budget and things along those lines. Another candidate wouldn't be a popular one, seeing that she managed Manchester United recently and she's only just taken the Canadian job, but I think Olivia Smith would know her quite well. She was interim manager Chelsea before Matt Beard got the job permanently upon her recommendation in 2009-2010. But yeah, Casey Stoney. She is relatively young and new in the managerial game. She's got a little bit of experience, but yeah, Manchester United, 61% win percentage, 1.9 points per game. San Diego Wave, 38% win percentage, 1.4 points per game. She took Manchester United from the Women's Championship and put them into WSL for the first time as well. Really built the foundation that Mark Skinner is working on now. So she can build up a team and cement a legacy there. In San Diego Wave, she won the NWSL Shield in 2023 before winning the Challenge Cup in 2024, so she can win silverware wherever she goes, which is what we like to see from managers. Whether she has the success though of others, I don't know, but yeah, she had the success rate of others if she comes to Liverpool. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure she can improve on the seventh place that Liverpool are in at the moment with 15 points from 14 games, 1 point ahead of West Ham and two above neighbours Everton, who were rock bottom a few weeks back. So, yeah, certainly an interesting one. And another, what I'll do before going to the records of other candidates is two names that I considered were Steph Houghton and Tasha Dowie. Steph Houghton obviously retired from playing last summer. I'm not 100% certain whether she's interested in managerial, but she might, you know, at the moment, obviously spending time with family and stuff. But I think she'd be a great manager one day if she decides to go into, a coaching managerial role. I think she's an absolute legend of the game, fast knowledge, winning mentality, very inspirational, so I think it should be great. And Natasha Dowie, because sometimes clubs go back to their legends. Her dad was a very good manager in the men's game in his own right as well. Um, Managed in the Premier League quite a few times as well. Managed to drag Palace up there from the Championship as around 2004-5, I think, if I remember rightly. So yeah, yeah, that's an option to consider. The other one on to the actual records is let's look at Jo Potter, who's currently in charge of Rangers. Now her win percentage is mad. It's 80.88%, so it's up there with Joe Montemurro's at the moment. Leonie's got 95%, obviously. Uh, Joe's got 80.88 in a very competitive league as well, up in Scotland at the moment. Because if I bring up the WSL, the Scottish, sorry, women's SPL table, you can see that there's a four-way tie after 21 games at the top. Rangers sit top with 16 wins out of 21 matches, scoring 110 goals and conceded 16, so a goal difference of 94, and they're on 51 points. Glasgow City have a goal difference of 76, have won the same amount of games, 51. Celtic goal difference is 68, the same record basically in terms of wins, and Hibs as well, same record in terms of wins, draws, and losses. 51 points and a goal difference of 56. So their side don't only just score goals, but they keep the ball out of their own net, which is something that Liverpool struggled to do this season. At both ends, really. They've not been particularly great going forward or defensively. So yeah, she can bring some defensive stability to the side if she comes in. She won the Sky Sports Cup for the first time in Rangers history last season, and also won the Scottish Cup as well with Rangers. Narrowly missing out on the title to goal difference last season, so hopefully she'll be looking to add the WSPL title this season if she stays up at Ibrox and does not come down to Liverpool to manage them. The final name that I'm going to chuck into the ring, I know I've been waffling on here for 13, 14 minutes here, is another outside shout, Amy Merricks, who's currently top of the Women's Championship with Birmingham City by a point ahead of London City, although they have played a game more. She was previously at Brighton, cutting her teeth there, and then with the two spells that she's had there, 25% win percentages across both spells. It's in there, and then Birmingham 58% win percentage at the moment, 1.8 points. So yeah, it's a steep learning curve, but she's doing well in a albeit a lower division. It seems like she likes attacking football as well. There at Birmingham, she's won 11 games so far this season, two draws and six defeats against other opposition, high opposition. So yeah, it's certainly an interesting proposition. But with Beard being gone, no, not Coach Beard from Ted Lasso, he's still there behind Roy Kent. But with Matt Beard going, I think it's the right decision from a Liverpool Football Club perspective. I think when I look at it, I think it's the right timing, right decision. I feel like his patience had worn thin. The fans' patience was starting to wear thin. Well, at least in my opinion, it was. I don't think they were performing well enough. I know there'd been lots of injuries, but tactically, I think he was getting decisions wrong. And when there seems to be a frustration come from both the stand and on the pitch, the touch line with the manager and it filters onto the pitch, becomes an absolute mess. And I think Liverpool need to get a new management in with new ideas, fresh clear out, invest in the summer. That's the key thing that they need to do in their women's section as well, is invest there. And whoever they get the appoint, it's key to get this appointment right because they need someone that plays great attacking football, but can more importantly sure like defence because Liverpool are shipping goals left, right, and centre. Where it's important if you're not scoring many at one end, that you definitely keep them out at the other end. They've not been doing that this season. But yeah, I think for me, I'd go for Cushing, which I know is a bit of, you might think is a bit of a cop out with what I've said about being told that he could be the one to take the job from my sources within the game. But you know, he's had success at City. He's had success uh, New York City FC as well. I know they're two clubs with which are backed heavily within the same youth sporting group because same ownership group as one another and heavily invested in. But I think he has got the tactical nous and knowledge to help turn the game around for Liverpool and help organise the squad a lot better as well. I think sometimes the tactic of three at the back with wing backs at times, although the wing backs at Liverpool got are very good going forward, I feel like there leaves can be a lot of gaps left in behind, and I feel like with him preferring a 4-3-3, which is something that we're used to with the men's team, seen with the men's team down the years, I think a 4-3-3 would suit this Liverpool team, or even a 4-2-3-1 might suit this Liverpool team better than the 3-5 that we've been seeing. 3/5 at the back. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of frailties and weaknesses there, and I think overall it's the right decision to move Matt on. Wishing the best wherever he goes next. The key thing is for Liverpool is getting this appointment right so that their women's team can go back up the table, compete for those Champions League places in the future, because I think that's all gone this season, any chance of that. And you never know, go back to the heights of 2013, 2014 when they were winning the title, but I think that seems a long way off at the moment. But with the right appointment, who knows with football? It wasn't that long ago where the men's team were battling mid-table insecurity, under Brendan Rodgers. The right appointment comes in and Jurgen Klopp and they won the title a couple of years later and then another great appointment after Klopp leaves. And that's what the women's team need now. They need to find their version of Jurgen Klopp to come in to lay the groundwork to fix things, bring some stability and success to the club, and then lay the foundations for the next person, and then the next person. And yeah, as the women's game grows, I think it's more important that we get these a more competitive WSL where Chelsea aren't running away with it every year. That you get the big clubs, the Liverpool, the Uniteds, fighting for the title off Chelsea, as well as Arsenal coming back in there, who have been better this season, and even a Manchester City in there, battling once more. But let us know your thoughts. Who do you think should be the next Liverpool Women's manager, or what you think of my choices? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more sporting content, and follow us on TikTok as well as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or should I say X and Instagram. And we'll see you all on Let's Talk Sport very soon. Thank you for watching.